Will you free my mind? Following the lights of a world that's blind. In your eyes I see there's a place for all I seek to find is a world that's mine. Need a place to hide. Will you free my mind? Following the lights of a world that's blind. In your eyes I see there's a place for me.
Hello and welcome back to Ontario Campus Carball for tonight's Game Hub. We have a lot of OCC action happening tonight. This is a once-a-season event. We have 6 whole games going on a Thursday evening for whatever reason, but we're here to bring you all of that action right here tonight. We're going to be bouncing between all the games. We got 1 coming up at 7, 3 at 8 o'clock, and then 2 at 9 o'clock after that. So we'll get some breather time in between the series, but we're going to have all 6 on for at least a game here. I will also give a quick shout out to the Fanshawe Fuel. They are also streaming their 2 games, so we may end up missing the Fuel's first game tonight against Waterloo, depending on how the other series go. But they are also streaming tonight. I am going to grab their Twitch link and I will paste it here in the chat as well. But they are streaming their full games in entirety with proper commentary and not one guy yapping about Rocket League. But we have a very exciting schedule tonight. First game on the docket here at 7 in just a few minutes. I have heard that one of the players is late, Silwo on Seneca. They're playing the Durham Lords, and that should be a very good game. Durham, one of the teams that was sort of in the mid-pack, ended up having an extra player join their team for the LCQ and have been playing with them throughout the season, and should be one of the top contenders in regional this season. Seneca, one of the best teams in regional the last 2 years. They won regional last semester. Were looking to qualify into Premier, but fell just short of that, but are at the moment the favorites to reign supreme in regional in back-to-back seasons. So we will see that almost entire game, I believe, because of the timings. There's nothing else until 8 o'clock later. The first match we're going to check out at 8. We actually have one from each league, which is very fun. Both Fanshawe teams will be playing at 8 o'clock. The Fanshawe Fuel main roster will be taking on Waterloo Gold in Premier, and the Fanshawe Fuel Academy, their local team, will be playing U of T White. And the other game, Queen's Tricolour, is going to be playing Met RL or TMU, or the TMU representative team, as the regional matchup there. And finally, in our last slot at 9 o'clock, we have some rematches. Fuel playing their second game of the night against York University, and Queen's Tricolour playing their second game of the night against Ontario Tech. So we have a very packed lineup with some very good games today. Very excited to get into things here. And while we are waiting for this lobby to be created, because it is 7, I'm going to put out a little feeler here in chat. Who do we think is going to take this first game, Seneca or Durham? Because this one should be pretty close. Durham has been exceeding expectations so far. We will see if they're able to live up to sort of that hype that they'd had in the first little bit of the season, especially after that LCQ way outperforming what they were expected. They were expected to go out top 12, I believe, and ended up going out top 6. So they were the team that outperformed their seeding more than anybody, and it was quite impressive. And I think that leads them into a interesting spot here in regional. Seneca's still undefeated. I believe they're the only team who currently sits at 4-0, if I'm remembering correctly from the graphic that I made and posted yesterday. So I should know that. Also, if you haven't seen yet, go check out our social media. Ontario Campus Carball on both Instagram and on Twitter, or X as it is now, for some more fun content. Especially, we got some other fun stuff coming up later this week that we'll be announcing probably either tomorrow or Friday, which is very exciting. Well, actually, tomorrow is Friday. Friday or Saturday, we'll have an announcement going out about some fun stuff that I've been sort of teasing for a little while. And so I'm very excited about that. And so we'll be posting on socials first. There will also be an announcement here in the OCC Discord for those who are in it, with some fun new developments on the side of OCC. And the lobby is up, so we're joining into that. I also have to make a live announcement. So I'm going to work on that. We are going to head down to the field. Right, that actually looks good. So we're going to head down to the field and wait for these guys to join. And here we are. So I will take a few minutes, maybe silent for just a little bit here before we get into this game. Alrighty, we are back. Just about ready to get into it. It is 7:05. And that should be about the time that the missing Seneca player is back. And so probably booting up the computer right now. And should be getting into the game in just a couple of minutes. But this should be a very fun matchup here tonight. Let me see if I can actually pull up some even further stats on what we got going on. Courtesy of McMaster's Water. Thank you very much. Let's see what we got. First little fun fact that I am seeing here, based on Water's approximate MVP rating calculation, the highest player in this match, and by a good bit too, from what I can see, is Dino on Seneca. And a close second in this matchup is also Brain on Seneca. So that's their dynamic duo for sure. We've seen Seneca already on stream once this season. We've seen that their passing is absolutely top tier for regional. And they are a very, very good team at working together. And we'll see if they can get some of that passing going again today. Dino definitely also has some very good individual skill on his side. We saw a lot of those mechanics being broken out last time they played. Brain as well in that conversation. The new look Durham, first time on stream here, and we'll see what they can do. Cressy, their old coach, now a player. Jay, also known as Vitaly, has been around for quite a while. And I believe it is Molly is the other player on Durham. Please correct me if I am pronouncing that wrong afterwards. But the player that was not originally on the roster, but has come in and been a big difference maker in their overall standings. The third for Durham before, I believe, was a bit weaker overall compared to the rest of the team, but all three of these guys around the same level. And Vitaly has peaked quite high overall, and you can see some of that IQ there as Durham strikes first here. It's Molly with the goal, and a beautiful demo there led by Jay. And Durham are on the board in a big way here. 50 seconds into this matchup, and they already have one on the board. Good way for Seneca to keep some possession here. We'll see what they can continue to do. Pinch by Brain as a breakaway, and we'll be able to convert. 1-1 just like that. What a way to strike back. Quickly down the other way. Cressy pops it up. Molly can't get there. Jay finds Cressy off on the wall. You can see some of the passing from Durham coming out here too. They should also be relatively good at the passing game. A lot of these players experienced at a higher level in Rocket League, and we'll see if they can continue to convert today. Silwo using that Furia decal. Sends it on target, and a miss in net from Durham. Well, that one goes boom behind him. Dino with the touch. And Cressy just right by that one. Very unfortunate. And that temporary lapse has given Seneca the 2-1 series lead. Cressy. Out of boost on the wall, leaves it Dino. Will play aggressive on that one, clears it out, pops it. Whoa, Brain with a fake challenge there, actually. Cressy out of boost as well. Actually, very good position for Seneca here. Lots of boost in their own end, as long as they can get it out, but they can't so far. This one will just be cleared. Cressy going for a backboard play, but Silwo already up. Not making a ton of use out of that touch, although they are able to get it out. Cressy sending this one off to the left side. Silwo will try and push it through that corner. Shot saved at its point of inception by Jay. Double commit from Durham. Dino gets over. Both tap down in front. Nobody there. He's got no support. And the Seneca team, unfortunately, lets that challenge go to waste. That would have been a beautiful play. Just couldn't quite get on the end of it. Silwo keeping it in at midfield. Great challenge by Cressy. Good second challenge from Durham as well, but Seneca able to get that all the way out. Tap down. Almost gets the double, but a beautiful save off the line almost by accident there from Durham. Oh, good pinch center. Silwo with a strong touch is looking for the double tap. Not much he could do about the angle on that first touch. Little strong, but couldn't really make anything of it. Or couldn't have done anything different, rather. And Seneca will retain possession. Try to go up and over. Molly gets the touch. Off the backboard, Jay is there. Under a minute to go. Durham need one to get back in this game. Cressy looking to do it himself in the corner. Gets the pinch center. Over the bar, though, and can't quite make anything of it. Silwo, Cressy there trying to challenge early. Does. Molly shot. Saved at the point of inception again by Seneca. Shot off the backboard. Now back center. Shot on. Great save by Cressy. Chipped up off the bar. Good touch from Molly. Little tapper, but means that that shot goes wide of the net instead of right on target. And Jay will have a chance to do some solo work there. A beautiful early challenge by Dino. Cleared out. Tapped up off the ceiling. Silwo down. Dino with another touch. Durham need to get possession. They need it now. And they just don't have it. Shot off the bar. Seneca going to take game one. 2-1 over Durham. That one save by Cressy, the entire difference in this game. He just barely missed his touch, and that was it. The whole game can be summed up in that one moment of just tiny little lapse, which is so unfortunate for them. One of the best defensive players on the field in that game, Cressy, too. Just a small little mistake, and that was the only difference here. Seneca dominating in possession, though, only allowing 4 shots from the Durham side to the 13 that they got themselves. Is cleared out. Dino sends this one down. We are underway in game 2. Center off the backboard. Brain gonna be able to get a touch on target. Cressy made that somewhat difficult save look rather easy. Good positioning in net there to give himself more time. That's the importance of some back post rotations, especially at this level. This is one of those where if you're not properly rotating on the defensive side, you can get completely caught out. And end up not necessarily in an immediate goal, but end up in a bad scenario that can end up leading to a goal long term too. One of those scenarios where you find yourself out of boost, can't quite get the ball clear, and when you do, you're just giving possession back, and not a fun situation to be in. Molly there early. Pops this one out wide. Up in the air. Popped up. Cleared out into the corner. Good touch by Jay. Good bump by Cressy. Can he get a tip on it too? Nope. Not this time by. He'll get a center off, though. Jay is there, up nice and early. A good save, though, from Brain. Seneca still need to clear their end. Dino playing patient. Good touch. Still in front of the net. Was a little dangerous, but he'll clear it. Brain 50'd, and Silwo got taken off guard a little bit there by that. Into the corner. Silwo can't get another touch. Jay off the side wall. Brain down. Touch. What a tapper off the wall. Molly gets it off the crossbar. Beautiful play to just sort of sit and wait under it. Makes the most of a difficult situation and gets another great touch there. Also potentially saving a goal from a very open backboard shot, giving his teammates some time to get back. Jay making some slow, calm, calculated plays. And while they can't get some offense going, Molly on defense has been phenomenal so far. Cressy can't get a touch to clear. Jay there, 50 center. Brain clears. Silwo, touchdown. Brain, tapper, can't get it top corner. Molly pops it up off the sidewall, down in front. Tipped up and away. Brain sends that one down. Cressy can't quite get there, and Brain pots that one. Seneca with the lead. Lots of power on that shot, and Cressy just couldn't quite get back. That's not even really a positional error. That's just a much stronger touch, I think, than Cressy was expecting, and that's a lot of power for that angle on the shot. Well played and well placed by Brain in transition, and Seneca lead 1-0. All these games have been a lot closer, I think, than the scoreboard would say. In terms of like possession and shots, Seneca is a team that shoots a lot. And Cressy snipes that one bottom corner. Where did that come from? Are you joking? What a shot. Wait, the pre-jump? Are you kidding me? Joel, you madman. My goodness. Well, that's going in the highlight reel plays of the week this week. Goodness. I was wondering if we would get any, especially from Seneca, because they're so good at these highlight reel plays, especially with the passing. Saw that clip on socials last week. I actually have one more still loaded up in the tank that's was supposed to be posted today, but I got a little busy, and so it'll be up tomorrow, so go check that out. I think it's the best play we've had on an OCC stream all year for sure. Popped up. Jay in the corner, looking for the shot. Maybe a pass off to Molly. Oh, that's a very strong pass. Very hard to predict. And Dino will send this one the other way. Jay gets it up off the crossbar, but Cressy in a bad situation. Molly, the first one there, gets it up and over Silwo at least. Jay going to be a little slow to this one. He will play good shadow defense, though, as he gets back to it. Pops it up. Silwo now, looking to tap it down. Molly going to be there. Good 50. Keeps it out of danger. Jay with it in the corner. What's he going to do? Not a ton there. Pops it up from Cressy. Will get it up and over off the backboard. Still dangerous. Down in front. Molly can't get there before the defense. Brain clears it the length of the field. Great 50 from Jay, although that one gets up over Cressy. Molly now 50 across. Jay with the touch. I don't know if he needed to do that. Durham might have been able to keep possession much more cleanly there if he hadn't. Popped up. This is good. Jay with a touch. Still wide, but they have possession here at 0 seconds. But this one will end up touching the ground. Overtiming game 2. It only feels just. Brain off the sidewall. Back out in front. Cressy with the clear. That's just under the bar. Good clear from Silwo into the corner. Jay looking to keep the offense going strong. Cressy chasing this one down now, up off the wall, chases back up to it, has an air dribble, up and over, off the backboard, no support. Are you joking? That was a great opportunity, solo play, but didn't have the support on the second chance. Jay gets it by 2, Cressy chasing in the corner, no boost steal, Silwo will have it, popped out in front, Molly there, can't get much done. Good demo from Jay. Nobody near that. Cressy gonna have so much space. Popped up and over. Gets a 50 down. Molly up nice and early. Shot on. Great save. In net from Silwo. What a chance for Seneca, but a better save from Durham. That is a beautiful play. Cleared away. Molly, that was going off the backboard until it was cleared away. Jay off the ceiling, not in a position where Cressy could commit on it. Tries to catch up, puts it off the backboard, going for a demo, finds it, and Molly scores! Durham get game 2. Cressy with the touch. Silwo can't quite get there. He's backwards. And the demo in net is enough to give Durham the game 2 win. We are tied at 1. This has been a much closer series than I think we had anticipated off the rip. This is high quality Rocket League. We are having fun here. Thank you to everybody tuning in chat. I got it pulled up on my my phone now, so if y'all got any hot takes, I can see them. We can chat about it. But a wonderful game there. Very well-rounded from all of the players on Durham. And very well managed on the defensive side by Seneca's. Durham really felt like they were able to break out a lot easier in that game, but Seneca did have a lot of very good answers on defense for some really well-placed shots. And even though Durham got the better of them, it was sort of a couple of 50s at the end of that game. That was the entire difference there. And so as we load into our next match, actually it looks like the server might have died on us, which is unfortunate. But we will get back into this game as soon as possible. Seven saves from this team is insane too. All 3 of Molly's saves as well were just insane and very, very crucial in making a difference. And I think we do have a new server booted up here. Yes. Whew. This is some good Rocket League. We are witnessing a very close game. I did not think this would be nearly as close. Also, Griff, if you're still here, I did read your message. I just haven't been able to respond to it yet. So I'm going to do that while we got some time. Oh, well, never mind. We don't have some time. You can tell by the audio of engines on the Rocket League arena that we are getting back into it. All right, back into game 3. We are Back in, focused, locked in. Molly off the ceiling. This is going to be a very awkward waterfall bounce. Cannot read it. In the back of the net. And Durham strike first. That's just a weird bounce. Like, Dino played that almost as well as he could. Just mistimed the squishy save. He did have an opportunity to get there first, but just couldn't quite get there. Oh, bad touch from Cressy. Got caught out a little bit there. He's been so good for the most part on defense and just didn't get the power on that first touch and didn't get a proper catch to be able to carry it out or to force another 50. It was just like the worst possible angle, and there's not a ton you can do to control that. Oh, double fake, and Brain has all the space in the world, but none of the boost. That's an analytic I would love to take a look at, is boost usage. And might be able to do that for some of these streams in the future. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Jay with the touch, Molly with the clear back in. This one's cleared away by Dino. Good touch. Sort of a leading pass off to Brain as well. No intercept there from Cressy as this one's off the wall. Silwo looking for another touch. Fakes. Definitely was an intentional fake, yep. That one cleared out. Sent away by Dino off the wall. Cressy centers to his own teammate in his own end. That was not... I misread what color centered that ball. That's off the bar. Molly with the save. Dino still on it. Oh, did not have the flip. Silwo has the mechanics, but the pinch between Jay and Molly ends up working out for them. Molly there with the clear. Into the corner. Jay, shot saved away. Durham starting to get back to sort of that game one feel of getting a little bit of pressure, but not making high-quality chances of it. And I'm not liking that. I would like to see some more dangerous opportunities there, because it feels like Seneca is really sort of running the offense and the show on that front so far in this game. And it feels like every time they come down the field, there really is a chance that they can score. Oh, good passing play off the wall. That was very close. Good save from Seneca. Jay with the 50 off the backboard. Here we go. Nobody there. Where's the help, man? Oh, Molly got demoed. That's what happened. Now his full boost, but he's one of the only men back. Gets a touch. Jay is there. Pinch by Brain. Out of boost, though. What can he do? Sends it right back to Dino. A beautiful pass by Brain off the backboard. Ooh, excuse me. Going too hard on the commentary. Goodness. A beautiful shot there. Almost a better pass, though, from Brain. That was insane. Just saw him coming in and laid it right in front of him. Tap in from Dino. Dino going for a pass of his own off to Silwo, but Silwo doesn't have enough boost to get up to it before the defense, so decides not to go at all. Jay looking for the double, gets the second touch. Gets a beautiful 50 off the corner, awkwardly cleared away. And Cressy will be there, but out of boost. Gets a catch up and over off the ceiling, cleared away. Nope. Molly with the shot. Dino with the touch away. Popped out by Jay. Brain clears it. Cressy. No good. Silwo off the ceiling down. Cressy catches. Holds. Pops it on target. Saved by Brain. Cressy clears it away. Popped by Molly. Two men on from Seneca, though. They both jump. That is a double commit. We'll see if Cressy can take advantage of it. Off the near boards. Popped by Cressy. I don't think that was a necessary touch. Makes it a little awkward for Jay to get there. And Seneca now back on D. Jay with the touch out. Clears it away. Popped up. Molly has a chance to get there, but Cressy goes first. 2 Durham members with full boost. We'll see what they can do. Molly and Jay, those two. Jay looking for the center, can't get it. Brain with a great couple of touches. Molly rushing back, gets it off the near post. Jay has to clear it out, or excuse me, Cressy has to clear it out to Jay, who air dribbles this one down. Dino keeps it in the corner, but Durham, again, that comment I made earlier of not really getting dangerous chances. They've had a good bit of possession, but their shot quality has just not quite been there. Molly with the touch off the backboard. That's a little high for the shot. Can't quite get there. Seneca win game 3. Another 2-1 game. This one felt less close than the last one. And you can see that reflected a little bit in the shots. 12 for Seneca to the 9 of Durham. Closer than I thought, but you can tell sort of that shot quality as Seneca also forcing 9 saves out of Durham in that game as well. A lot of their plays needed to be saved and were sort of notable saves in that game, whereas a lot of the saves that Seneca have on the board here, it feels like they didn't really sort of earn them. There were shots that were on target, yes, but they weren't necessarily super high quality, in my book at least. And so I think that's one of the biggest things that Durham needs to turn around here in game number 4 to stay in this series, take it to 5. If taking Seneca to 5 for Durham in this series, I think, regardless of the way that game 5 goes, you have to be fairly happy with that if you're Durham. Seneca, the reigning regional champions, one of the best teams in the regional league, if not the best team in regional. There's no reason why they shouldn't win it again in terms of just skill and history. They've played together for now over a year. And so we'll see if this team can continue their run. Silla shot. Wide, great save by Cressy. Just getting enough on that to be able to pinch it off the wall. Great pass, but interception by Jay. Off the backboard, Dino. Jay with a beautiful 50 again. Just causing havoc on that wall by staying with it. Excuse me. Very low boost on some of the Durham players. A lot of players rotating through the net for Durham there. Nobody was back post for a hot minute. Ends up working out. That's a good pinch, but it's right back to Dino. Pops it up off the ceiling, gets the double. Tries to hit Silwa with it for the tip, but can't. Jay somehow gets a 50 off of that. Molly tries to get a pinch. Gets some of it, but not all. Cressy. Tap down to Jay. Beautiful play. Dino with a beautiful save. Molly gets bumped off the jump to Brain. Ends up getting this one out, stealing the boost in the corner. This is looking really bad for Durham. Shot on off the bar from Silwo, and they can't get anything from that. Cressy clears to midfield. Brain on target. Molly there tries to power it through the corner. Gets bumped away again. Very low boost for Durham in general. The only boost they're able to pick up is the pads right around the net. Jay finally getting 100. Cressy does as well, and Durham might be able to start getting this thing out of their end. A very dangerous possession for Seneca. Ends up coming to nothing for the most part. Actually, they're still in their offensive end here. Cressy can't get a touch on it. 50. Jay still going to be there. Molly gets a couple of touches. Dino is beat, but Brain sends it off to Silwo. Cressy there to intercept, and finally, the ball crosses the midfield line for the first time in about 50 seconds. Silwo with the tap down, intercepted. Molly center. Dino trying to get back. Jay off to Cressy with the hook shot. Decides not to go. Waits a little too long. Can't get a pass off because of it. And Molly will be forced to excuse me, go for one here. Center. Cressy clears. And Durham will hold on for now. Cressy pops up, shot on, off the bar from Dino. Beautiful play. Excuse me. In net, a beautiful save from over Dino. Gets a couple of good 50s there as well. Seneca will try to get this one out. I'm going so hard on this commentary, I'm re-aggravating my chronic cough that I had from being sick like 3 weeks ago. But this game deserves it. This is a fantastic game. Dino tries to get a tip off, but can't. Silwo, great pinch there from Jay. And Molly will be the next two. Rain trying to get by him, does off the ceiling. Cressy going to be the first to get a touch. Just pops it up though. Jay not in a position to get back to it. Cressy with the touch delays his hit very nicely. What a pinch from Jay as well. Center, Molly drops it down on target, scores. Durham finds the back of the net first in a crucial game number 4. A beautiful pass on that pinch from Jay. I think wasn't expecting it to be that good necessarily, but a beautiful play nonetheless. And sometimes you need a little bit of luck to be good, and Jay has shown that he knows his way around the ball, like positionally, mechanically. He's got it, and I think you can see the Vitali of old coming back a little bit. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. Got a full 1 liter water bottle sitting beside me here too. 1 minute remaining. Popped up, Dino, center, Molly has space, gets it by. Whoa, Jay tried to go for the bump. Cressy fakes the challenge, clears it across. Molly is there. Tap off the wall. Should have gone up the wall and for a hit instead of jumping for it. Would have had more boost, a little bit more power on it. Silwo whiffs though, centers it for Dino across, who has so much time and space. That's a problem because it's Dino. A double commit. Silwo keeping it close. Cressy, the only man back, somehow is able to make the save, and Jay is there as well. Pops that up. Oh, Dino gets a bump, but Molly is still there. Beautiful save. Durham in danger, but they're able to clear it down and take this thing to OT once again, most likely here. That one's pinched off the wall. Jay's going to try and spike it. Can't do it. Center. Molly is there. Gets to it first. Brain shoots on. Molly there to send it down. And Durham win 1-0. They hold on. Another 1-goal game in this series. We've had 3 of them so far. And this one can be added to that list. A beautiful game from both teams. Durham barely coming out on top. Absolutely frantic last like 15 seconds. So many scoring opportunities, but none go the way of Seneca. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. This is now going to be a problem for the rest of the night. I apologize in advance for all the coughing that shall ensue tonight. These games deserve it. This is a phenomenal bit of work. We're rearing. Excuse me. We're rearing to go here. In game 3. And I'm slow and I apologize. Oh, great play from Molly. Cressy will be there to send that one into the back of the net. Durham strike very early in Game 5. I'm very happily surprised at how Durham has played in this series. They have looked much better than I had initially thought to give them credit for in this series, but each individual player has looked better than I had expected, especially against a team such as Seneca. But for Seneca in the past, like, one of the big things has been mental, and I don't think that's super coming into play in this series, but these guys know how to play with each other. They know what each other's thinking for the most part. And I mean, when you have Monkey Bacon as your coach, that's also a buff in some senses. Definitely brings a lot of energy to this team that already has a lot of it themselves, but really able to bring a little bit more of that when they need it. Lots of good offense from Seneca, though, here. Good couple of opportunities and a great couple of saves. Cressy into the corner, able to get another touch. Center, no good. Popped up. Dino with the touch. Air dribble, pop, gets it by, but Jay is there into the corner. 50, center from Silwell. Cressy waits, gets bumped. Jay there, can't do anything about it. And Dino will be the goal scorer here for Seneca, breaking a streak of about 8 minutes, I think, where they hadn't scored a goal between the last 3 games. And they'll be on top of it. Dino's able to clear it. Pops it off the backboard. Brain able to send it away. Solo. Dino pops. Sent away. Molly catches. Has a 50 and goes right through him. Molly taking Dino to the gym. One of them had full boost, and it wasn't Molly. Beautiful play there, as that one will squeak through, and Durham gets their lead back. Awkward 50 out wide. Lots of panic from Seneca there for a moment. Silwo able to get the touch, and Blaine will get it by. Silwo, full boost. They can make something of this. Center, down, Dino. Touch from Silwo again, somehow. I think he wasn't expecting that either. Center, off the backboard, cleared away. Cressy gonna chase this one down. Pops it up and over. That is on target. Dino will turn it away, though. Gets a double on that, too. Dino gets it over 3. Doesn't have any more boost. Silwo with the touch. Molly is there and clears it away. Cressy, 50, off the ceiling, flips towards it. Dino beats him to it, bottom corner. His second goal of the game on 5 shots. Dino firing on all cylinders. Just under a minute 30 to go, and we've gotten our first supposed goal fest of the series. Every single game has had 3 goals or less. This one already at 4, and we're guaranteed a 5th. Jay pops it into the corner, gets another touch, but none of the Seneca players committing too hard on that one. Silwo gets it over the one guy he needed to beat, and now Brain has some free space. Gets a flip reset on that too, gets it over his man. Brain trying to get that center. Does get a boost steal, though. I don't know if that's going to end up mattering. Cressy can't get a touch and doesn't get the boost there either. Lucky that that mid spawns for him. Cressy cleared away. Brain, 50, gonna beat him pretty handedly. Molly can't get a touch off the backboard, and Silwo sinks it. Seneca finds the back of the net at a crucial moment. 41 seconds remaining. And now Durham, who had held the lead for a good chunk of this game, find themselves behind and needing a comeback here in the last 35 seconds. Cressy can't get the touch he wants. Jay gets it by one. Cressy with the pop. Not there. Jay expecting the pop. Dino clears it off the sidewall. Cressy gets the boost, but that's off the ceiling for Brain. Molly there off the crossbar. Dino with the touchdown. Beautiful touch by Cressy, keeping it out. Durham on the wrong half of the field, though. They need to get out and keep possession out of their own end. Molly out of boost makes a touch. Jay gonna have the follow-up here. 0 seconds. Gets it up and over. Great save by Dino. Is that the dagger? It is. And Seneca 2-3 in this game. 3-2 in the series. A hat trick of saves from Dino. 2 goals on top of that. And a possession-dominant second half of that game from Seneca. An incredible series from start to finish. One of the all-time classics here in OCC. And Seneca come out with the 3-2 victory. Crazy comeback indeed, Rice. A beautiful game here. And I'm going to give my throat a little bit of a break. That was an insane game, and I can't wait to get into some of our next matches coming up here in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back in, let's say, 8 minutes.
Won't you come over? Dying to know where you came from. We're breaking open. Feel like your future's just begun. And all I know is that we lost time. If we stay right here, we could free ourselves inside. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together. Just lead me into your world. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world. Waiting for no one. We're headed straight up for the sun. They'll never notice. We'll take these cities on our own. And all I know is that we lost time. If we stay right here, we could free ourselves inside. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together. Just lead me into your world. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world. Into your world. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away where no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world.
I was all alone. Then you showed up under my umbrella. Oh, shelter from the cold. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? I saw you all alone. Your eyes match the weather, raining under pressure. Oh, you say you wanna go, yeah. So let's get away from here. Let's get away from here. Let's get away from here. Strangers found lost in time with one another. The hourglass takes us further from here. Strangers found lost in time with one another. The hourglass takes us.
I forgot to unmute myself. That's lovely. Hello and welcome back to Ontario Campus Carball. We are here for the first real show of our game hub here today. We got 3 games going on at 8 o'clock, and all of them are going to be fantastic. Before we get into it as well, I would like to give a shout out to the Fanshawe Fuel. They are going to be streaming their game versus Waterloo Gold on their main channel, twitch.tv/Fanshawe Fuel. If you want to go and check out that game as it's happening, go show some support to Fanshawe. Appreciate them also streaming their game as well. If you want a little bit more professional cast, you can do that. But if you want to have a chill fun time, we will have a few games going on here at once, including the Fanshawe Fuel Academy. We are going to pop into their game first, the only local match of the night. They are playing U of T White, the first time that University of Toronto will be on the OCC stream this season as well. Both of them going to come in to this game looking to take a little bit more of a strong spot in the standings. Fanshawe started well, lost their last game. U of T White 50-50 on the season, beat their sister team in U of T Cyan 3-0, but then lost to McMaster White in 5. And we'll see how that ends up panning out for them against one of the top teams in local. That's going to be our first match right at 8 o'clock. After that, we will be heading over to Metropolitan RL, or the representatives from TMU, versus Queen's Tricolour, their B team, going to be going at it this afternoon as well, or this evening, I guess, now as well. So we'll head over there after the first 2 games of U of T White Fuel Academy, and then if there is time, after a game or 2 of the TMU game, we'll pop over to see if the Fanshawe game is still going, but we're going to try and get 2 games of the other 2 series first, because the Fuel are also playing at 9 o'clock against York, and so we're going to start with those ones, start with the Fuel game against York later as well, to get them a little bit of main channel airtime. Before switching over to Queen's Tricolour versus the Ontario Tech Students Union Esports Club. So those are going to be going on at 9 o'clock, and I will be joined by Griffin from Georgian for those games later. We'll be doing a little bit of an interview with him as well in the intermission between the 8 o'clock games and the 9 o'clock games, so stay tuned for that as well. One of the more seasoned OCC players, excited to hear his sort of thoughts on the general season, how things are going for him in local this season. But without further ado, it is 8 o'clock. We are going to hop in to this matchup. Fanshawe Fuel Academy versus U of T White. And here we are. This is going to be a very fun matchup. And I have to reset my overlay. There we go. Let's see what we got going on in chat. Got some love from Like Mike for Queens here. We'll be getting to them for Game 3 of their series around 8:15. Crimson from OTSU in chat as well. Lovely to see you. And we'll be tuning into your game as well much later on this evening. Appreciate you guys stopping by as we are waiting on, I believe it's Fuel Academy to join up into this lobby before we get things a-cooking here. All 4 players on U of T White also present in this match too, so we could see a substitution at some point. I think if going into this game, I'm going to give predictions for all 3 matches that are going on right now. First one, I think Fuel Academy is going to take this in 4. I'm going to say 3-1. I think U of T White's going to be able to get a game off them, but I don't think they're going to be able to get more than just the one, unfortunately, tonight. Fuel Academy has looked strong in a lot of their matches, and I think this is going to be another show of that. On the flip side, for the Fuel in Premier against Waterloo, I think that might be a 3-0 for Fanshawe. They have looked very, very good up in Premier, rivaling some of that of St. Clair. Although St. Clair has had a tougher schedule to start the season, Fanshawe has looked very good, and I think are very quickly gelling much better as a team. York, though, has looked very good, so that match later on tonight is going to be phenomenal, and I cannot wait for that. They also just got legitimate CRL points as well. I was pointed that out by Trigger Happy earlier on in the evening. They won legitimate CRL points this weekend, so a team slowly coming together. Bosco looking just as good as ever, and I think that is going to be a very interesting test for the main Fuel roster, but I think they do win 3-0 over Waterloo in their match right now. What's the last one? Met RL versus Queen's Tricolour. There it is. Searching through the brain for it. That one I think is going to be close. I think the TMU boys under Met RL, I think, are going to take it in 5. That should be very close. But I think that one is going to be the one that goes longer than all the other series. I think it'll be either 4 or 5, but I think it'll be TMU in the end coming out with it. They're starting to look better over the course of the season, and I think are really starting to find their own here in regional, and we'll see if they can perform against one of those teams. Tricolour, to me, feels like one of those teams that is like the baseline. Like, if you're able to beat Tricolour, you have a good chance to finish in that top 4. If you can't beat Tricolour, you're probably not going to end up finishing in the top 4 in regional. And the reason why the top 4 is important, if you guys didn't see the announcement earlier, for those still in chat, the Queen's Premier team had to forfeit their season due to unforeseen circumstances, and so the spot that they would have had to auto qualify to the major this fall will go to the team that places 4th in regional. And so 4 teams instead of 3 from regional will now auto-qualify, so that 4th place becomes even more important. And I feel like Tricolour, to me, is that sort of benchmark team. And we'll see if that holds true. And we'll see if TMU can get past them tonight. But yeah, I'm going to say 5 for TMU. Love to hear your predictions for those who have some stakes in the games tonight. Would love to hear it. I know, Mike, you're from Queens. Tricolour's got a couple of games. Would love to hear the thoughts there. Krim, I know you're playing Tricolour later tonight, so would love to hear your thoughts as well. Or if anybody else is sticking around in chat, would love to hear your thoughts on the game. 8:05, the current time. Still waiting on Fuel Academy to join up in this lobby to get things going. While we're waiting, let's head down to the field. Beautiful day here at DFH Stadium. Now in the day, we had a dusk game earlier between Seneca and Durham. That was a absolute banger for those who weren't tuned into that game. One of the classics. Every game decided by 1 goal, 2 overtimes, a couple of last-second beautiful plays. And now we're getting going. Fuel Academy has joined. And we're getting going. Oh, I don't know why it says 7 games. It is a 5-game series. Sit at 3-0, 3-0 UFD. Currently now on the floor, so I love to see that. Best of 5 is correct. Yes, I will update that right now. Don't know why it changed it, but we're good. And we are underway. Off the backboard, clear center. Shot from Peepaw off the post and in. Great goal there from Peepaw to set Fuel Academy ahead by 1 in this series. Because we're not sticking around for every single game of every series that we join tonight to get more people a chance on the main stream, we will be updating people as the results come in the Discord for score reporting. And so, what a bump! Oh, beautiful shot from Peepaw too, but a better save by Stat. Off the ceiling, a bump by Sadat. Peepaw not quite getting there. Shot center. No good. Quick food back to corral this one. Clears it into the corner. Cleared away. This one shot into the offensive end. As a reminder for those watching as well who may not be as familiar with OCC, the general ranks of players in local is anything from C1 up to GC1. Regional is generally C2, C3. D-Gaming with a goal here for U of T White. Good clearance with a bump off the backboard here as well. Quick food, a beautiful play. And nobody from the Fuel Academy there to correct. Yes, GC2, GC3 in regional, and then high GC3, SSL to Bubble Pros even on some teams here in Premier. Such as Boris, Bosco competing this season. Who else? Lev Mode on Lotus 8 Esports. Lovely Canadian work out of Winnipeg, if you didn't know. Doing a lot of cash cups and stuff. Have had some presence for quite a while in the Rocket League scene. And Lev on Brock this season with Soars, a player that I'm also familiar with from playing in a online league quite a bit. RLPC, one of our first partners of OCC as well. Big shout out to RLPC. First place I ever did commentary, and I'm now here doing this for all of you. Fuel Academy, send that one off the bar, popped up and over 1-1. Just about halfway through this game. Eyesight has his sight set high on an air dribble, can't quite get through the defense. Quick food clears this one in off the backboard, popped up by D-Gaming. Sidat off the backboard, can't quite get it. Quick food in a bit of an awkward position. We'll try and go for it here. Can't get a touch. D-Gaming with a very strong one, gets it into the corner. Clears this one away. Sidat can't get another touch. Into the corner, popped up, shot on, good save by D-Gaming. Great patience there. Popped up by Chronicle. Quick food, taps it down into the corner. Still a threat. Sidat able to clear this one out. Quick food up and away off the backboard. Touchdown from Sidat, cleared away. Peepaw, center for Chronicle, or High Sight, excuse me. That one goes high. Bump on rotation. Chronicle staying in with this one. D-Gaming a little awkward. Leaves it for quick food, though. No immediate pressure. Means that little bit of slower play does not matter as much. Off the backboard here. Just wide shot off the post. Goes wide. Peepaw can't get it to go. That a grade A chance that just doesn't happen for him this time by. Will be cleared away by Sidat. Cleared away, D-Gaming looking for the 50. Quick food on the wall. Doesn't go for it. Popped up. Peepaw. Doesn't end up winning that 50, I think, as cleanly as he would have liked. Gaming. Looking to clear. This one doesn't go. Popped away. Chronicle. On this ball. Catches. Gets it by 2. Chronicle! Beautiful shot from Chronicle Ones. Beautiful play. Great follow. Off the post. The nerves in those moments when you don't have boost, too, especially as a player in C2, C3. So nerve-wracking for no particular reason. Peepaw bar down off the kickoff. Fuel up 3-1. And Chronicle Ones with easily the highlight of the series. That one also probably going on our socials later this week. "15 seconds left. Game 1 all but over." A double demo! Never mind. Highsight gets another one. And if you were taking stock on over-under Chronicle One's demos, well, you probably just won that bet, as he takes both D-Gaming and Quick Food off the pitch, and a beautiful play there. Love to see the support in chat for Highsight. Down off the bar. That one doesn't go. Very close. 4-1 Fuel Academy in game 1. Very close for a good chunk of this game, but in the end, it was Fuel Academy who sort of ran away with it in terms of possession and quality chances at the end of that game, out shooting U of T White 12-7 in this one as well, with an even number of saves. Both teams played fairly well for most of that game, missing a couple of opportunities, but really nothing to scoff at. Fuel Academy just had a couple more tiny little moments that went in their favor that gave them the edge, and after that second goal, U of T White sort of falling apart on the defensive end. I think it's one of those that's a little bit easier to regain from. You basically lost that game by 1 goal and then got scored on a couple other times in garbage time. But we will see if U of T White is going to have what it takes to get back into this series. Game 2. About to get going here at Manfield, which I totally did not call DFH Stadium earlier. I'm smart, I promise. I know maps. Man of the hour, Highsight. Looking for some play here. Connor coming in for Sadat, as U of T already making a change. Off the wall, D-Gaming pops it up center, gets it in the far side. Beautiful little air dribble from D-Gaming. And U of T are on the board. Very classy little play, far post. My goodness. U of T, that's a way to get back on the board. That might also be a clip of the week. Quick Food, all the time and space in the world. Can't get up and over Chronicle, though. Highsight centers to, unfortunately, nobody. And Peepaw will regain for Fuel. A very fast play. I don't know if that was actually as advantageous as it might seem, but a miss on defense by Chronicle, and Highsight finds the back of the net. Four minutes left on the clock, and we have a tie game already. Highsight pinch, follows it, gets a demo for his troubles. Peepaw pops it off the wall, gets another touch. Chronicle Can't be quick food, though, and High Sight will have to clear off the back wall. Not a particularly fantastic touch. Ends up hitting the ceiling, and D-Gaming goes for another air dribble. Beat to it by Peepaw. Caught. Chronicle beats his man, though. Doesn't quite get the double. Popped away. Chronicle, no good. Popped up, cleared by Peepaw. Follows it up. On target, off the bar. Was that a save by Connor? I don't know if it'll give it to him, but I think he got a touch on that. High Sight tries to play it slow. It works, and Peepaw finds the back of the net. Assist from High Sight. 2 points in this game. A goal and an assist. Everywhere on the court. And Peepaw sends that one into the back of the net. Cleared away, popped up, and over off the post. Quick food, couldn't get there. But it did not matter in the end. Well, okay, maybe it mattered a little bit in the end as High Sight finds the top corner there. 2 goals, an assist in this one, all over the floor. And Fuel Academy up 3-1. They could take a very quick 2-0 series lead here as U of T sort of scrambling at the moment to find some momentum in this series. That one's popped up center for Peepaw. That one will be cleared away, though, by D-Gaming. Intercepted by Chronicle, although he is forced out of the play. In the corner, pop, center. Double demo again by High Sight. Shot on. Peepaw hits the post. Chronicle taking it for himself. No boost in the tank. D-Gaming clears this one away, though. Peepaw gets cleared away. Chronicle sends this one away. D-Gaming there. Off the backboard. Good pass by Chronicle. Intercepted by Connor, though. And sent away. Peepaw center. Quick food on this one. Can't hold it. High Sight. Not there. Quick food. Given time and space, but not given that mid-boost, unfortunately, and that's where their attack stops. Peepaw center, tap down from Chronicles, back to High Sight, can't get the hat trick to go. Peepaw off the ceiling, gets a pass off the backboard, center, shot, High Sight, scores his 3rd of the game. Hat trick for High Sight in game number 2. And Fuel Academy starting to run away with the series here. Connor clears it away. Off the sidewall. Up and out, High Sight in the center. Quick food. High Sight with that 20/20 vision. I see you, Mike. I quite like that joke. He's gonna have 20/20 points by the end of this game if he keeps performing like this with the 4th. Bro really is everywhere. Bro is Fuel Academy this game. He is just taking over everything. This is the High Sight game. Nothing going right for U of T White in this game. We've talked a lot about Fuel Academy already. I feel like I got to give a little bit more credit and analysis here to U of T White. They're not able to get out of their own half effectively. That's just the long short of it, as Peepaw gets another one here. They just can't get out of their own half. That's all. They're not getting effective clears. They're not getting effective possession on those clears. Just nothing is going quite right for them in this game. They can't get any offense going. It's just sort of a comedy of errors, that's all. It's not something to like really look down on, I think, if you're U of T. It's just not a good game for them. They'll be able to come back from something like this, although Fuel Academy are looking stronger than ever here. And very glad that we got some... Oh, Chronicle! Are you joking? Flip reset in local? Doesn't quite get the second touch, but my God. Beautiful play. The Brazil is on the board. And U of T White got nothing in this one, unfortunately. Fuel Academy is running the show here. High Sight with another one! Are you kidding? What a play from High Sight! I know it was 7-1, but that is insane. One of the most elaborate Doomsy dishes I've ever seen in my life. One of the prettiest, too. By 2 defenders, nonetheless. Goodness. This is a absolute show. Like, the last series was incredible for a lot of reasons, but the clinic and the skill that we're seeing out of Fuel Academy is making this game also incredibly fun. What a performance by Fuel Academy in this game. I am so sorry, chat, but that is the last Fuel Academy game we're going to have on stream. We got to go check in with Queen's Tricolour. We got to go check in with Met RL now. Fuel Academy putting on a show. We love to see it. But that is going to do it for our coverage here of Fuel Academy versus U of T White. We will update you all on the outcome of that game when that happens. But for now, let's move over to the next game. Queen's Tricolour versus Met RL. We are going to get into that one very shortly. High Sight as well, I will mention, almost 950 points, which is remarkably close to like 1.5 times the entire points amount of U of T in that game. Just ridiculous. Very, very clinical performance. As we are going to join U of T versus Queen's Tricolour in progress. We'll get a gauge on what game it is, and we'll get the series score after that. Oh, interesting. We are in overtime in what I can only assume is game number 2. Or maybe 3, actually. This might be game 3. Oh, the lag. My goodness. Sobo scores! And Met RL take this game. And I gotta find out what the series score is so I can update the banner. Met RL take the series lead 2-1. That is the official... let me see. Oops. I hit the wrong button. Two, 1. There we go. Queen's Tricolour as well, because of the forfeit from the Queen's team for the season. They are also allowed to play with one of the players from their main Golden Gales roster. And he's playing in this series as a substitute. And currently, oh, why did it not update? Hold up. It should be 2-1. I figured it out. We got there. I'm so good. Ah, what just happened? Stop. There we go. Alright, got it figured out. My whole setup is messed up there for a minute. Shot on, great save. Newest member of MetRL being Melly there. Speaking of goodness, could not have mentioned his name at a better time. Off the double. Oh, the car control on Melly there. Goodness. My God. That is wonderful. And gives TMU the early lead. The double commit on the kickoff actually kind of works for them. Sobo does not get the touch, though. Cleared into space. Sobo with the shot on. Great save by Bobcat there. Sobo looking for the center. Gets a bump off instead, and Deshi is there. Play. Oh, my goodness. Excuse me. Deshi with a beautiful touch. Oh, the bump on Wiz. Are you kidding? Just like all of the nuances of that play just get better as you continue to watch it. Just ridiculous. Just ridiculous stuff. This one is cleared away into the corner. Melly looking for a way out. Can't quite find it. Deshi there. Cleared all the way down into the corner. Popped up. Spag off the backboard. Cleared up. Shot on. Good save on the shot from Wizro. Bobcat pops that one up. Sobo there. Touch off the ceiling. Cleared away. Deshi. Sends this one by. Pop center. Spag wins that 50. Goodness. Beautiful play. Woo. Just muscles by the defense. And Melly sends this one out. Bobcat off the ceiling. Melly centers, but that's actually probably not a good center. As this one's right back the other way. That could have led immediately to a Tricolour goal. Not a fan of that, guys. Clean that up. I will also say, for clarity here, I am a former TMU student, so the bias towards MetRL will not be zero. Just saying. Good to see you in chat. Hi, Sight. I assume that means you guys won Game 3. That is a 3-0 sweep for Fuel Academy. Going off in that second game. And lots of fans here in chat for you. Hi, Sight. Glad we could get your game on here tonight. Deshi able to turn that one away. Good boost pickup by Sobo, but a little bit too slow. Cleared away by Spag. Melly off the ceiling, shot off the post and out. Center. Sobo intercepts. Beautiful play. Way to get on that quickly. Sobo pops it up over. He's got some space, but no pass. Can't do anything with it. Cleared away. Sent out. Deshi. 50. Bobcat on. Tries to get it through. Melly is there. Sobo a little slow. Excuse me, Deshi a little slow. Can't get the pop either. Sobo chases after it. 50. Cleared away. Melly pops it up off the backboard. Melly can't quite get there. Good to see a Rick in chat as well. Captain of the local team, Queens Crusaders. Thanks for popping by. Support your boys. And we will be here until the end of this series, and then we'll go check in with Waterloo versus Fanshawe Fuel. Deshi, center. Melly, not quite there. Cleared away. Sobo on that one. Tries to find some space in the corner to get a center. Can't do it. Good bump. Center Deshi is there. Shot on. Spag gets the drop ball. Good save by Wizrow. Are you joking? What a play from Wizrow. He gets by the entire defense and scores the other way. Are you kidding? Wizrow puts on a clinic from one end to the other. And Queen's Tricolour ties it with 5 seconds to go. Are you kidding? My God. Oh, I don't care who you are. That is a wonderful play that you just have to sit back and appreciate in this matchup. Oh my God. I don't want to know how bad my mic was peaking, because it's probably a lot. And Queen's Tricolour take it to overtime in the most miraculous way I've ever seen. Oh no, popped up. Melly is there to clear it though. Sobo with a 50. They do call TMU the Toronto Maple Leafs of Ontario Rocket League. I will say that is a thing that TMU has been compared to in the past. I hate to say it for my boys' sake, but not the greatest reputation in that department. But Deshi able to dunk it in there. And Met RL, even after the miracle that was Wizrow, Deshi able to dunk it in. And Met RL come away with the Game 4 win in the series. I'm not going to lie, even as a TMU former student, I really did want to see a Game 5 there, just for the sake of putting even more oomph behind that Wizrow goal. But gosh, that is easily... Somebody clip that Wizrow goal. Like, I'm going back through and clipping a bunch of stuff from tonight, but somebody clip that Wizrow goal, please and thank you. That is just one of the most insane goals. Sequences, I will say, I have ever seen in my life. But Metarel taking this series in 4 games. A wonderful, wonderful bit of work. And now we go see if the Fanshawe Fuel game is still on. Unless somebody wants to go check it out. Fanshawe does have another game later tonight. They are streaming on their channel at Fanshawe Fuel on Twitch. Go show them some love as well if you are waiting while I check to see if their game is still ongoing. If not, or if somebody wants to report back after checking their stream on Twitch as well, that would be much appreciated. So I am still looking at chat. This has been a wonderful night of Rocket League. It's only going to get better. We haven't even had one of the 2 premier games on yet, and we have had some of the most classic moments of OCC that we've ever seen yet. That Wizrow goal is like, that's up there for me with like Justin's goal in terms of like the gravity of it in that moment. And even though they lost the series, like, it's still chef's kiss for so many reasons. And it looks like the Fuel game is, in fact, over, which is great for me because that means I get to take a very short break here. We will be back in just a few minutes. Let me see if I can find the final score of that Fanshawe game before we hop out here to see how close I was. I do not see a report. I do see the Fanshawe guys in their chat. I might actually go check to see if they used the right... They might just be messing around after. I do not see them, though. Excuse me. If they are streaming, I will send you guys over to their stream to watch the end of this game. Ooh, they have like replays and everything over in the Fanshawe stream. My goodness. Okay. Wow, it looks like I was brutally incorrect. I think this was a 3-0 for Waterloo over Fanshawe. I drastically underestimated them. Fanshawe has looked very good for most of their games, but they did get 3-0'd by Waterloo. Wow, that is a very impressive feat there. So 3-0 Waterloo, 3-0 Fuel Academy, and 3-1 to Met RL is the final scores of our 8 o'clock deck. Now we're going to take 5 minutes to refresh the vocal cords, get Griffin on in here, do a short little interview, 10 to 15 minutes before we head into our 9 o'clock games. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, I dream just to be where you are, in a world I can see where you are, though you are meant to be. Wish you're here next to me, where you are.
Hello and welcome back to Ontario Campus Carball. Here in a little intermission, had some great action. Griffin now with us here on the desk, going to be doing the last couple of games tonight with me. I know you've been watching all night already. Got to get your thoughts on the games quickly before we get into a little short interview with you.
Yeah, what I've seen tonight so far has been some good stuff, kind of across the board. Obviously the two games that I was paying the most attention to would have been the Fuel and the Metropolitan game. Fuel obviously dominant; they were dominant against us when we played them, and they're in the local division. I think they're probably the biggest force to be reckoned with, and I think they're gonna keep climbing up the local division ladder. As for Toronto Metropolitan University, it was kind of like vintage season one OCC TMU. It was just overall a good performance from them, even against a pretty strong, or from what I've seen, very strong Queen's Tricolour team. And so both of the matches so far that I have seen the most of have been super good. And we got two big matches coming up, and I'm pumped to be here, Colin. It's always a pleasure to be in the presence of the best commissioner I've ever met. So
Appreciate it. Well, getting into our little intermission segment here, I'm going to do a little interview, just chat a little bit about your experience in OCC. So because this is going to be edited and go up separately as a video later, I am going to do another little quick intro here live for the audience. So
you guys get to hear it again.
Exactly. Welcome. I'm here chatting with Griffin today, the captain of the Georgian Cyber Cubs, also longtime player and member here of Ontario Campus Carball. Coming to chat a little bit today about your sort of experience within the league. And so you've done a bunch of different things. You've played in the tournaments, you've been a captain, you've been a caster now and before at the LANs, and gone to most of the LANs that have been hosted as well under the OCC banner. First of all, this season on the Georgian Cyber Cubs in the regional division, bit of a rough start. We were talking about it a little bit earlier, but
yeah, a little bit, and
for the
not
rest
even
of the
regional
season.
division. Not even regional. We're talking local here. This hasn't been the best start from us. Obviously a little bit rusty coming off of the summertime, coming off of, for a couple of us being at college, we still do go through the summer, so we're coming off some busy semesters, especially for myself. But we're starting to find our form, I think, a little bit more, and in the coming weeks, I think you'll see better performances from us. But I mean, as always, like when you're in the local division, it's just a good time. And I think that's the biggest thing that I can take from my experience at OCC is it's been a pleasure to be a part of it, and it's been a pleasure to play in it because for a lot of these players, maybe you don't walk away with prize money, but it's actually getting to play against the people in Ontario, and it builds a community, right? And so for me, I was never in it for the prize money, nor have I ever gotten any close to touching any of the prize money, nor will I be close to touching any of the prize money this year. But it's always a good time, and I look forward to being at the LAN as a caster, as a player. You'll catch me there.
Yeah, speaking of the LANs, I'm of course very excited about this season's, but you've also attended a good chunk of the other ones. I don't know, were you at the very first edition back in 2023 of OCC?
If Are we talking fall 23? Oh, 23, no. Our first season was
It's
24.
I thought so.
Was it? Yes, 24 fall was the first one, and at that point there were 4 Georgian teams. There was a lot of us. And we had a whole complication with a few team members, and so that LAN, all 4 teams attended. The Cyber Grizzlies ended up getting, I think, 4th or 3rd at that LAN event. It was honestly a big deal for us. And then since then, we've kind of shortened down to 2 teams. We had a Cyber Grizzlies and a Cyber Cubs last year. Both teams made it to the LAN in that case, or I guess last semester, that would have been in April. And then this semester, back to Cyber Grizzlies, a little bit more of a stronger Cyber Grizzlies and a bit of a stronger Cyber Cubs as well. And so both teams are hoping to make LAN, but we'll see as the season goes on. I know the Grizzlies will make LAN. The Cubs have some work to do.
Well, we'll see if you can get that work done this season. But you guys over at the Georgia team, you guys have known each other for a very long time at this
Yeah.
point, played together for all of the events, especially you and Jackie, who has also been an incredible help with OCC.
Jack,
He
my goat.
runs the Liquipedia and has since the very first edition. Big shout out to Jackie. So if there's any of the Liquipedia updates going on that you're following
Jack,
along
if
with,
you're here,
that's
I
all
love you.
Jack. Yes, we love Jack. And Laylee, your other teammate, has also participated with you guys a lot. What's the camaraderie like on that team during your matches?
It's just all friends, right? So I've been playing with Jack since the first edition of OCC. Since that, I think it was the winter semester would have
Mhm.
been the first edition of OCC.
Yeah, there was one in
Um,
December 23 that we did because that was part of like a school
yeah,
project. But then the
mhm,
first like actual
was
semestered format
January to
was
April.
was
So that's the semester that I started, and that team was me, Jack, and Redux. And so we were playing at that time uh oh god, what league was it? Maybe MCEC. It was or OCAC or something. I think it was OCAC.
mm,
Um, but we were or something. I don't know. But we played in a league together, and then with the come up of OCC when we joined in the fall of 24, um, we uh we kind of split that off into two teams, and me and Jack had always been on the same team, and then that team was me, Jack, and Artsy. Um, and that was the Bishop Redux raid team that did really well. But yeah, like I've been playing with Jack and Laylee for a year now at this point, and so whenever we play games, um, half the time it's just kind of laughs and just overall having a good time because we all know that we're not necessarily a competitive team in this whole thing, but it's nice to keep playing with the same players over and over and to see the same names over and over. You start to build some chemistry, and we play all the time together, even if it's not league matches.
yeah, I've always liked the idea of like because it's a open league and you can submit more teams from more than just one team per school, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
Some of the lower teams can start to build that sort of roster chemistry, and like who to look out for on specific teams. Like I feel like at this point, there's a few teams that stand out, like Matt Gold, for example,
Mhm.
Frostbeard, Legit Laser, and Water, like Seneca with Silvo Brain,
Mhm.
Dino. That's like one of those longer standing rosters too, and you start to see a few of these teams sort of pop out of the woodwork. Queens Highlanders too, also a honorable mention, like Mike, All Knowing Dad, and Harvard, been together since their last 2024 fall as well.
Yeah.
And so you start to see some of these teams that sort of stick together over time, and I love seeing that sort of consistency come through, especially seeing all these people at the lands and stuff that we do as well. And so, as somebody who's attended now a couple of these OCC lands, what has your sort of experience as a player been like in getting to participate in these lands and that kind of thing?
Oh, and it's such a fun experience. Like, you know what? I love that you put these things together, and I don't think you actually realize how much fun it is for the players. It's the atmosphere, having all of these schools in the same place at the same time, all competing in a room across from each other. You get screaming matches, you get huge celebrations after the goals. Once the later stages of the tournament comes, and you've got 20 or 30 players around other computers watching, the finals, you get some pretty good crowd pops every single time that the ball goes in the net. It's a really fun experience, even if you're, like me, who hasn't been on a team that's made it super far in any of these events. Just to be there in person and to kind of witness what's going on and to just be a part of it is it's a ton of fun, and you make it like a lot of great friends through it. I know this coming land when I'm there, there's definitely some people that'll be, it'll be nice to see again that you don't see super often. Um, but overall, like it's such a fun experience, and to have that for just the colleges in Ontario, where all of us, all the same people come together every semester. It's cool. Like it's fun.
Yeah, I've always loved like running these things, and I think the community based aspect, like you mentioned, was something that spoke to me. I was talking in the other interview that I've done, sort of in this series, while we do a little intermission while we're live. Chatted with Nate or Noah. That's up on our YouTube channel if you want to check that interview out. but chatted with him a little bit about that sort of experience too. And for him, it was also sort of bringing Bosco into the fold and having a new player who is like of the caliber of Bosco,
Yeah.
bringing him into the fold and seeing how excited he was to be able to compete in lands and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And so I've always liked the sort of community aspect of it, and so that's why I love continuing to do stuff like this. But yeah, I think the last thing that I will touch on, also as a caster, at these events, you've done a couple of games live in person. What is that experience like versus doing it virtually?
It's really fun when you're sitting next to your buddy and you guys are just talking rock. Um, it's a really good time. I know the last game that I was a part of, I believe, casting in person was that Toronto Metropolitan, and I think it was either Queen's Gales or Queen's Tricolour, and it was the funnest, great English. It was the most fun game I've ever casted, simply because, being there in person next to the person you're casting with is a lot of fun. But that match itself was the craziest up and down roller coaster I think I've ever been a part of. I don't think anything's ever messed with my emotions more. And so doing it in person, like I said, regardless of if I make LAN as a player, I'll be there to cast because it's so enjoyable to just be a part of that and to be able to, watch and commentate over, arguably some of the best players in Ontario as, they do what they do best.
Yeah, definitely something that
And
I
and I think it's even more fun because you can hear them yelling at each other down the hall.
yeah.
Even the doors closed, and you can still hear Sobo yelling across the gaming hub at his teammates who are sitting across the hub because his computer crashed.
Oh god.
Um,
Oh man. Yeah.
Sobo, we love you, buddy. That's my goat. That's my goat, Sobo.
That one
But
computer, for those who have been to the lands and have heard me complain about that one computer, it's still apparently a nuisance to deal with. But that is going to do it for now. We are about out of time. Thank you for the little interview here, Griffin. Great to hear from you. Glad to get you on the series. And we're going to take a couple minutes and we'll be right back with our 9 o'clock games for some more OCC action. And
let's
for the first
go.
premier game of the night as
Let's
well. That's going to be very fun.
go.
So we'll be
Go
back in a
Rocket
minute.
League.
Hello and welcome back to Ontario Campus Carball, here for game number 5 of the evening, or 3 actually. Words 4 right in the middle. I'm so good at this, Griffin, aren't I? I'm joined by Griffin here for this matchup. York versus Fanshawe Fuel. They went down 3-0 to Waterloo in their first game. Gonna need a big regain because York, I think, is undoubtedly stronger than Waterloo in terms of their play. One of the best players in Ontario in Bosco on their team, Noah and Nitro on that team as well, also improving very well. Nitro and Bosco have been playing together for a long time as well, so there's a lot going for York. But Fuel has a few players that are very, very good. Reeker being one of them, one of the top 10 players in our rankings at the beginning of the season. So we'll see how that matchup goes between him and Bosco here today, Griffin.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it should be a good match all around. Bosco obviously being such a threat on both ends of the field. When it comes to being against him, you certainly don't want to be on the wrong end of a 1v1 with that guy. But it should be a super interesting match all the way through, as we wait here for York to get in and get ready, and then we are off in the races. But I think Fuel have been, strong in this one. I think Fuel, having gone down 3-1, I think now they're warm, and I can see Fuel putting up a fight against this York team, especially if York are hopping on cold. To me, that's unknown at the moment, but I can see this Fuel team really showing up a little bit here now that they are warm. So we'll have to see what happens in this one.
That we will. This York team, very talented. This Fuel team, also very talented. And Fuel has had a very good start to their season so far. But York also rated as one of the best teams in this Premier Division, other than the St. Clair Gold representation there. They're touted as one of the best teams in all of Ontario, if not Canada. If not,
they're ranked in North America. Yeah. I mean that St. Clair Orange or that St. Clair Gold team, I think is like a top 10 team. Obviously, we know the St. Clair Saints as the best team in North America for the power rankings. And just like that, York is here. We're ready to go. And yeah, Colin, how do you think this one's gonna turn out?
Nitro left the match already.
Oh, is he already gone?
Yeah, he gone. Yeah, he'll be back, I'm sure.
Nitro,
in a moment.
He'll be back.
Also, please let me know in chat as well if any adjustments need to be made to mic levels and things like that. I'm on the soundboard ready to make some changes if they need to be here. And now we're getting going. Finally,
Bosco had a scrim. This might be over. And Cubics, as we get into this one, I'd like to quote a good friend of mine and a longtime teammate as this one gets underway, Jackie Boy, because in this sort of situation, he would say, "Let's play some rock." York and Shaw. Best of 3. Let's go.
Ches as well on this Fuel team. I didn't mention him before, but I believe he was just barely off of that top 10 rating. May have been 11th or 12th.
Interesting.
In the player rankings too, so he's just barely off that list. But Nitro gets us started, fires that far side, 1-0 York.
And that's just that's a good pick your spot there from Nitro. He sees Vertex coming towards that front post, and he's gonna slot that behind him, getting York on the board early as we move into the first 30 seconds of this match. And Nitro now going to take it himself, looking to get it downfield. Vertex going to try and take control of this one. He's looking for a bump on Bosco. Bosco going to get past him now with a full tank of boost. This is looking dangerous. Gets a touch past Reeker, a bit awkward for Fanshawe, and Noah is going to slot that one for the second goal on the York side.
What happened with Ches there? I don't know how he ended up so off kilter, but York get a second one very quickly here. And now Fuel find themselves in a hole. Down 2-0. We'll see what they can do. Well, maybe score a
They'll do
kickoff goal,
that.
Griff. That will work.
That'll do it. And you know, just as you're talking, let's see what they can do. Reeker with a great kickoff, and Ches is just he's gonna read that one, and Noah just not fast enough to get to it. And we have just like that, we're back into a 1-goal game here.
2-1 in favor of York right now. Bosco pops this one up off the ceiling, going for the double, gets the bump though. Nitro up, gets a ball towards target, doesn't go in.
Vertex gonna fake that one for Reeker. Reeker with the 50. Now Nitro
Oh,
gets bumped off by Vertex. Vertex now looking to take it towards goal, but Nitro is just there to block that one away. Now Bosco gonna bang it downfield. It's kind of open. That's gonna go a bit wide, and Reeker gonna clear the damage only for now, as Noah brings this one towards net, looking for a bump on Vertex. Vertex gonna get over him. Che looking to get it past Bosco. Bosco getting a 50. Him and a shot from Nitro. That's gonna hit off the post. Noah now looking for the shot. Nitro gonna put that one off the post, and now Reeker gets it past Bosco. He's got a teammate with him on his right. Takes a 50. Noah now looking to get this one downfield, and just like that, we're back inside the fuel. And shot on Vertex with a great save. And now he's gonna get this one downfield. And Reeker looking to try and get this one to the middle. Does so. Che, no boost to get back to it, and it looks like York are gonna have a chance to get this one away.
That they do for now. Noah tries to get this one clear again. Neither team looking like particularly dangerous here in the last little bit. Of course, those 3 goals off the top, but the last 45 seconds or so have been fairly tame as Ches gets that one by. Nitro into the corner. Pops this one up, 50. Bosco will catch, clear away, but Vertex is going to beat him to that one. And Fuel will retain possession in the offensive end, going for the backboard. Bosco is there, great catch. Can he get this by Reeker? No, great 50 from Reeker. Vertex shot, top shelf, bar down from Vertex. Beautiful play. And this game is tied.
And what a shot there from Vertex. He's going to slot that one bar down. We're going to get the Lizard sound bar coming in off the crossbar there, at least on my end. And this game is tied right back up as we move in towards the halfway mark on the clock. Nitro now going to 50 this out to Noah. Noah, little over half tank of boost. He's going to try and fake this one. Gets the reset over one. Looking to try and bury that one. Vertex going to be there. And Nitro just going to keep this into the opposing half. Takes a 50 on Reeker. And Bosco's there now. Looking for the 50 on Ches. Ches going to beat him to that. And Bosco just going to pinch that back into the corner. He's going to look to keep this pressure on. Noah coming through. Vertex going to block that shot. Nitro gets demoed on the play. And now Fanshawe look to take it the other way. Reeker puts it on goal. Bosco's going to be there. And he's going to save that one comfortably. Nitro looking for the touch off the feeling. The feeling. Good English, Griffin. I guess you and me are in the same boat here, eh, Colin?
The English should be good. I promise.
Oh,
That
this one's
was
it. Oh,
almost
Reeker.
good. My
Reeker
goodness,
just
what a
about
save.
Reeker just about keeps himself keeps this one level on his own mistouch. And York's looking a little bit awkward in this situation. Chaz gonna get a good 50 down. Nitro, not a whole lot of boost. And Reeker's just gonna get 50'd out by Bosco, and this one's gonna make it past the halfway.
Noah can't quite get it off the ceiling. Vertex there. Pinches down. Reeker can't quite get to it. Nitro clears this one back out to midfield. 50. Bosco there. Good. Stop by Ches. Noah up. Gets a first touch. Gets a flip reset. Gets a second over to Reeker with a strong clear back out to midfield, but loses the possession. Gets a demo on Nitro. And now Fuel get the possession with a minute left. And we'll try and work this one out, but they lose it again. A bump off the backboard. Reeker 50. Noah still on target. Ches there and clears barely away. York still pressing. Still dangerous. Noah shot on. Saved by Ches again. Nitro clears it into the corner. Has to stay with. Ches clears. Vertex tip. Can't beat Bosco. And Fuel finally get out and look very dangerous in transition there for a moment.
Yeah, and this Fuel team, they're so fast when it comes to that transition game. They know how to get the ball through to your hand, and they know how to keep the pressure on, especially on a short span. Reeker looks for the shot, top corner. He's going to miss that one. Bosco gets a 50. That might have been just enough. Ches with the shot. Noah with the save. And
Are you
Rieker
joking?
just keeping this one. Fanshawe looking extra dangerous at this point. York's only goal is to just make it out of this regular time and into overtime. But Vertex gonna bang this one down. Ches looking for the touch off the ceiling. That one's not gonna bounce. Vertex up. This one's still out. Rieker with the shot off the bar, and it goes in. And Fanshawe are gonna take game one on some absolute 0-second heroics from Rieker as he puts that one just off the bar. And Nitro is just not going to be there fast enough to get the shot, to get the save and bring it to overtime. And Fuel take game one.
Rieker with a shot of the century. This day does not stop giving us just absolute classic moments. That is a wonderful bit of work by Rieker right at the end to find the far side, slot it in past York's defense, and who were stuck in an absolute fire drill at the end there, Griff. And Fuel getting a lot of very fast-paced offense in that last 20 seconds, and finally it culminated in a goal that gives them the win in regulation. Like you said, York just trying to make it to overtime, and they couldn't quite do it.
Yeah, and you know what? That's that Fuel transition offense, right? They were pinned for so long in their end, and they couldn't get out, and then a little switch flipped, and Fuel were just able to make it out, bring it into that York end, and from there it was GG's. The press just didn't stop, and Fuel, against what we may say is the odds, is gonna take game one. And we are heading into game two. York, Fuel. Can York bring it back and tie the series at 1? Or will Fuel put York in a reverse sweep situation? We're going to find out in the next 5, maybe more minutes of Rocket League. Let's get it on.
This will be a wonderful series if anything like that first game happens. Cleared out. Noah clears it back in. Bosco going for some disruption tactics. Maybe a boost steal. Doesn't find either. Noah with the center. Rieker clears this one out to mid. Nitro with a 50. Bosco right on his tail. Somehow it works out. Bosco up and over. Gets by to the demo. Up and over. And Bosco gets another highlight reel air dribble bump play here. And York takes the lead.
Bosco, you dirty man. You dirty man. That was not nice. That was not playing nice Rocket League. And he's going to take out the last man on an air dribble bump like we know he can. And he's going to bury that one. And York, once again, have an early lead in this one. But Fuel coming right back. Che going to get a bump on Bosco and a 50 on Nitro. This one's bouncing a bit dangerously, but Fuel's not going to have anyone there to recover. Noah flicks it, looks to get over 1, but he's just going to get taken off the field, as is Nitro. Now it's just Bosco. Bosco gets beat, but he's going to say, Rieker, I'll give you one back. And this one going to make its way back into the York end. Bosco up early, gets a touchdown, looking for Noah. Noah going to get the touch. Rieker going to beat him to that. And this ball looks like it's going to end up in the York net off of a really good, again, transition offensive play from the Fuel side.
Just not a strong enough clear from Nitro to get it into the corner, and ends up in the back of the York net in that 1-goal lead off that air dribble bump. So much momentum gained and so much momentum lost once again there, unfortunately, as this one is cleared out. Noah off the sidewall over the backboard, cleared up and away. Nitro sidewall down. Ches looking to follow that up. 50 from Bosco. Nitro can't get on the end of it. It'll be Noah instead off to Bosco with the tip. He doesn't quite get on it. Oh, that is uncharacteristic. Cleared away. Tipped away by Nitro. Noah's got a ton of space to work with here on the wing. I mentioned it earlier, Griffin, I believe, before you had joined, but York earning some legitimate CRL points this week as they finished 3rd in one of the major tournaments. But Rieker sends this one the length of the field and gets another goal for Fuel. So York
And
coming
Fuel,
off a high, but Fuel starting to set things on fire here.
And I think Fuel, it's just, like I mentioned earlier, it's just, now they're so warm. And, we know that Bosco was in a scrim, but we don't know if the other 2 players were in that scrim with him. And so right now it's looking like Fuel just maybe have a warmth advantage here. And they're really running away with this one. And as I say that, Noah just going to find the overcommit from the Fuel side. Looks like they got maybe a bit too greedy on this ball, with Ches going for demo with 0 boost and Vertex and Reeker. A little bit of a miscommunication on that side, and Noah is going to let that one roll at a nice calm 75 kilometers an hour into the net.
From one way to the other. Love a caster curse when you get one. Well, there's almost another Bosco with the
I was
the
going
speed
to
flip.
say,
That is
speaking
insane.
of caster curse, eh?
Yeah, Bosco able to not get caster curse there. It's something only he has the ability to do at times. Nitro clears this one away. Reeker up off the wall, center. Ches almost got to the end of that. Bosco challenge up high, looking for Noah center maybe. Flip reset, clear into the corner just for some possession off the wall. Nitro there now, pops it up off the ceiling. Double demo as Noah and Ches both get taken off the field. That almost just slowly rolled in, very unlike a Premier team. Bar and out from Noah, unfortunately. That one very close, but no cigar this time by. Bosco back to Nitro, who's out of boost. With the back pass, will wrap, and Reeker will chase this one down for Fuel in the corner. Tries to clear it away. This one ends up going across the field, and York will look to make something happen this time by.
And York, again, they've got some pressure going on. Bosco trying to bully Reeker in the corner. Reeker going to get that one past him, but now Noah looks like a little bit of space. Gets it over one. That ball's bouncing dangerously. Reeker, no boost. And Noah going to find the back of the net, and they're going to give York another lead in this one.
A back and forth game, and Reeker just that close to getting something to work and just can't quite do it. Unfortunate.
And I'll tell you what, Fuel have been really good on their kickoffs this game. They've generated kickoff goals in 3 out of the 5 or 6 kickoffs we've had in this game. They've generated the opportunity to bury it. Maybe something that York needs to step up on here as they find themselves in their end after almost every kickoff on this one. This one getting back into the York end as we speak of it. Noah looking to get it over Ches. Does. Ches going to get a little bit of a touch, but not enough for Vertex to be able to get on that one. And Nitro going to move that one down. Bosco looking for a catch. Going to get intercepted by Vertex, but he's just going to take them off the pitch and say, that'll be mine. Thank you. Nitro looking to take this one up the wall. He's going to. Reeker going to beat him to this ball. And now Bosco looking for a touch. He could try and carry this the whole way. It's a good first, a good second, over one. Looking at the 50 on Vertex. Vertex going to calmly clear that one away. But Bosco's going to take his boost. And just like that, York have mounted some pressure again. What a fake from Nitro as he looks to bury that over Ches. It's going to make it over, not going to make it in. No, off the bar, and Bosco going to clear that one, or clean that one up, rather. And this one looks like it might be York's.
Clean up. Isle Fuel as Bosco comes in with the broom and does a little bit of janitor work there in the crease, and York finally force that one through and take a 2-goal lead, which hopefully this time is going to be enough to take the game. As a 1-goal lead did not last in the last game, but now at 20 seconds left, 2 goals up, you have to think that this game will end up going the way of York U. And coming off the back of that 3-0 win, or 3-0 loss, excuse me, to Waterloo, Fuel really needed to get that first game, but this second game has been all York from start to finish. Double commit there from the Fuel, and you think they may take a little bit of time to talk things over, get locked into game number 3.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that's just it here. Is as York, Bosco maybe looking to carry this one the whole way at 0 seconds. It was just York started to find their own in that one, and they started to kind of figure out what Fuel was doing, and really push the game into their favor. And this was the York that we know and that we kind of expect to see as they kind of dominate Fuel in that one. And so we look forward to these next few games, but are we switching here to the OTSU game?
Yes, indeed. We got one more game going on right now at 9 o'clock, and we're going to head over there. This is going to be the Ontario Tech team up against Queen's Tricolour, who is also coming off the back of a loss. Unfortunately for them, it does come... my computer's glitching out. Stop it. Unfortunately, it does come off the back of a 3-1 loss to Met U earlier. And so as we get things set up, we will get back into the action. Just into Game 3 now in this series. We'll find out what the series score is at some point during the series. But for now, we will just get things going here. Alrighty. Getting into this game, we just barely are getting the first goal. OTSU scoring here. Lucid from JDS, and OTSU take the 1-0 lead. OTSU up in this series 2-0, according to Like Mike. Thank you very much
Thank you, Like
for
Mike.
the information.
We love you,
we'll
Mike.
be updating that header right now. Good game so far. OTSU dominating this matchup a little bit. They're also one of the strongest teams here in regional, and so we'll see if they can continue to prove that point here this season.
And they were strong last year as well in their first season as part of OCC. They did very well in, I believe it was the regional division as well. And they're looking here to extend their lead, in which they do. Klings going to bury this one off of a bit of a mistouch from Jorf. And this one's just going to make it into the back of the net. And Queens find themselves with a little bit of room to make up here in this Game 3. Jorf now going to get this one down. He looks to start putting the pressure on. Going to get a bump on Lucid. This could be a good touch. JDS going to block that one away from Obituary Bobcat. Or just Obituary. Yes, it is Bobcat. That is a long name. I'm just going to call you Bobcat. As he's going to put this one down, and now Klings going to get demoed off the play. Here's a shot from Tricolour, and Spag going to bury that one. And just like that, this game is right back to being a winnable game on either side with this absolute perfectly placed shot off of Spag to the open Ontario Tech net.
Yeah, I think Klings thought he had a little bit more space to work with, but Bobcat on the rush there, beautiful play, and they're able to get a goal back here off the crossbar, though. Dangerous place to be, but Spag chasing this one down with a ferocity we haven't seen out of this Tricolour team in the couple of games that we have watched of them so far today. That's a great touch from Jorf, who did not play in that first game, or at least most of it. That a very awkward touch. Klings still getting back on that. Clear away from Lucid, and OTSU break out with relative ease there. And their transition game has looked very good so far in this series.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, that's kind of where their first goal came from in this one, is that transition play. And we, and it's a bit like that Fuel situation, right? Where, you know, they may be outmatched, and here comes another transition goal as Jorf puts this one away, and Queens are looking and in a good spot to possibly keep this series alive in Game 3 as they tie it up and now have the momentum heading into the last minute and a half or so of this one.
2-2, 1:25 to go. Jorf on the board for Tricolour. Save from JDS.
And that looked a bit dangerous there.
That did. As Lucid will take this one off the backboard. Jorf still up high. Great touch by Lucid to get that out for now. Good placement on that shot. Triple commit from OTSU, and we'll see what Tricolour can do with it here. JDS has a lot of space on that one, though, as all Tricolour really did was get a bunch of boost and weren't able to keep the possession rolling in the way that I think they would have liked there.
Lucid looking to get it over Spag. Spag gonna keep this one in the OTSU net. And Queens look to have a bit of momentum, but here comes the transition play. Lucid on this one looking for the shot, and that is so perfectly slotted that I don't think that Jorf had a chance on that ball, even if he wanted to. Even with the full boost, or Spag rather. And yeah, 0 boost on the side of Spag. Not really much you can do about that one. And OTSU take the lead again. And just like that, Queens are now back on the ropes. Lucid looking to try and extend this lead. Got a little bit of boost, and he's going to 50 Jorf. And Lucid going to put another one on the board in the span of 6 seconds. And Queens look like they might be walking this one on the wrong end of a sweep.
Told him to hit the gym, that's for sure. Need a little bit more horsepower in that engine next time he goes for a 50, unfortunately. Bobcat gets taken off the field, and for his troubles, so does Lucid, or Clangs, excuse me. Clangs now with some time and space on the defensive end. The fake pops it up over Jorf. He gets 2. Does he have Bobcat? 2. Up and over 3. Clangs. Oh my God. What a play.
That is a highlight reel from Clangs there. The whoop, see you later on Spag. And then the air dribble over Jorf. And then finally over Bobcat. You'll see that one in a montage coming to you very soon as OTSU get another one on their lead. And it's looking wraps for Queens unless they can miraculously get one right here and then 2 kickoff goals. And that's going to be it for the Queens day as OTSU takes them 3-0.
Lots of love for Clangs in the chat there. That
Yeah, looks like
play,
it.
that is one of the greatest air dribbles I've ever seen. Everybody has been showing up so big on stream today. I think we've got one of the best highlights I have ever seen in literally every single series we've been in so far today. It's been insane. And Clangs adds to that tally with an air dribble from midfield past all 3 defenders, tic-tac-toe, cross them off the list into the back of the net. And OTSU can cross Tricolour off their list with a 3-0 as their season continues. They move to, I believe, 3-0 now on the season, and will look to continue their good start here in their upcoming matches. But with that, that is a 3-game sweep for OTSU versus Tricolour, and also means, Griffin, that we can head back and check out Game 4 between Fuel and the York Lions and see how they are doing over there.
And I am very, very okay with that. And I've just joined the lobby, and I don't know if you're going to believe what you're going to see when you get into here.
Oh boy, this is surely going to be very interesting. Are we looking at an OT? Are we looking at 4-0 Fuel in Game 3?
That is what we are looking at. Is it Game 3 still?
I
I guess
it's
that game just
finishing.
ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must still be Game 3. And Fuel, that is a dominant. Just double check to make sure that was Game 3. As Fuel dominate York, and they look to be on the ropes.
Wrong team.
Going into Game 4. Thank you, Chaz. And it looks to be 2-1 Fuel in this one, as York have got to ring off the next 2 to keep themselves alive here.
Here are the stats from Game 3 on your screen now. York dominant, like hugely dominant in possession and shots, but just not able to really do much. And oh wait, this isn't updated. My goodness, I am losing my mind. We still have the stats from the last game up on the screen with the
JDS New York signing JDSRL.
I've lost the ability to refresh this page. Hold up, there we go.
I believe in you, Colin.
We did it. We did the thing.
And as we complete the thing, we move into the lobby for game 4. Can Fuel close this one out? I think they might just. I think Fuel, it appears that they're looking really strong in this one, and Fuel might just close this one out and get possibly a very unlikely win against this powerhouse York side. As Chez takes this one into the corner. Noah now going to start bringing it a long way, but Reeker going to keep this one in the York side. Bosco gets it over Vertex. He's going to have a little bit of space, not a whole lot of boosters. He looks to give this to Nitro. Nitro gets one, looking for the double. He does get it, but Reeker is going to be there. And now here's Noah. Taps it mid. Bosco going to get the beat on Reeker, but he's going to be bumped off this ball in Vertex with a little bit of time. Going to give this one to Chez. Chez with a shot. Nitro looking for the Psycho. He's not going to get it. Chez looking to put that one away. Nitro going to block him. And Noah is going to try and get this back into the fuel line, but Vertex keeps the pressure on. Here comes Reeker, and Bosco going to clear the danger for the moment.
50 from Chez, very strong. The demo onto Chez, the sacrifice, as Vertex slots this one in the bottom corner. Wonderful play.
And that's just, there's some more commentator's curse right there, as that one makes its way into the bottom York corner. And York now down 1-0 in an elimination game for them. Or rather, a series-ending game. As Reeker looks to get another one on Nitro. Not going to be able to get the touch. He's going to follow this ball to the midfield. Takes a 50 on Vertex. Vertex going to knock this one down to Chez. And Noah looks to get it away. But Chez says, no way. Here comes Bosco. Bosco going to put this one just towards midfield. Only going to make it as far as Vertex. Reeker has the boost. Looking for the double. Nitro would have saved. And that one stays out of the York net for the moment. As Chez looks to get this one back center. Nitro, not a lot of boost on the corner. Just gets one touch, looking for a 50. Vertex going to get it over him, and now Bosco looks to get this one a long way, but Reeker going to be there. Bosco going to beat him, and Chez going to send this one a long way downfield.
York hasn't been able to get on offense in quite a while here. Fuel doing an incredible job of holding them in their own end. As this one continues to stay in the blue half, Reeker goes wing right by that one, unfortunately. Good flick from Bosco. Tries to put that top shelf. Chez with a touch. Noah, low 50. Low 50, number 2. Vertex is there. Low 50 from Nitro. And this York team trying to just out-muscle Fuel, and it doesn't work this time by. As Fuel will look to get that ball center. Bosco takes it up and over, uses everything he had left in the tank. As this one goes just wide of the York net before York is able to get the clear, but Fuel still looking incredibly dangerous halfway through this game.
Yeah, and I think Fuel, they've got the gas in this one, and they're not letting off of that accelerator pedal as they continue to pressure York in their own end. And York just, I don't even know if they've gotten a shot on goal yet in this one, as they just keep getting beat to balls and they keep getting out-muscled by this Fuel side. And you start to think, what does York have to do here to bring this one level and possibly bring us into a game 5? As that's a big backflip from Nitro on what could have been a really good attempt at 15 that ball away from Reeker, forcing Bosco to have to go. Noah gets the save on one. Now Bosco looking for the 50 midfield, does get it. Nitro with a boost advantage, fakes Chez, and he's going to put that one away. Nitro recognizes that Chez might be on the ropes here, and he's going to get a huge fake on him. And he's going to put that one away, and now we are level. Is this the momentum swing that York needed to try and bring this to a game 5?
We will see. That was only their second shot of the game, Griff, and I think the offense for York has been, unfortunately for them, sorely absent in this matchup. There has been very little for York on offense in this game. Noah with the bump! Reeker still gets there? Did he get credit for the save, or was that just off the post? And happened
I'm not sure, but that was even more commentator's curse. We got to stop calling these things the way we think they're going to happen. Yeah, or else they're actually going to happen. I feel like we're speaking this into existence here, Keevex.
Yeah, that happens all too often.
Here comes Nitro. Faking. Gets a good touch. Oh, Nitro. Oh, Nitro. Nitro. You bad man. You're a bad man, Nitro. As he fakes the shot here, just gets the touch. Vertex.
Are you?
And Vertex just... Vertex, just not a whole lot you can do with that one, as it just tends to make its way right through. That was disgusting from Nitro. And York now have a bit of momentum as Nitro looks to make it a hat trick of the bump, and he's going to save his own shot as Ches looks to bring this the other way. Noah trying to beat Reeker. Reeker going to beat him. Bosco not a whole... Oh, I changed my mind. He's got a whole lot of boost as he looks to make it through the midfield. Noah, a little bit awkward here, does get the touch. Ches looking to get it back mid, and Nitro can clear this one away for the moment. Only as far as Reeker. That's a demo. Bosco with a save. And another demo. That is an unlucky respawn. Noah, I'm sorry, bud. That's unlucky. As Fuel keeps this one in, and they're just going to keep pressuring. Bosco's got no boost. Ches can't get the shot off. Vertex looking to fake for Reeker. Isn't able to just get away from it. And this one's Chaos calling.
Hey, this is ridiculous. What a game this has turned out to be. And York lead out of nowhere. Nitro with 2 solo plays. That is what he is known for. I think based on what I've seen, he is the most mechanical player that I have seen yet this season. Keeping in mind, I haven't watched a St. Clair game yet. But he is... Oh, no!
Oh, it's in! Oh,
Ches gets one to go with 3 seconds left. This is a repeat of game 1. York got scored on the 0-second play. They get scored on with 3 seconds to go here. Trigger, I see you in chat. You must be fuming over that. Oh, no,
Trigger,
we're going overtime.
Trigger, I'm sorry, bud. This is unlucky, man. As this one makes it to overtime, can York keep this one out of their own net and put it in the Fuel net? Or will Fuel close it out in what could have been a seemingly unlikely win? That's looking dangerous. Bosco going to get the save here. Noah now gets it over 1. Gets a big 50 on another. Reeker's a bit awkward here. Holy touch from him. As Nitro's there, Ches going to try and take that one away from him. And Vertex is going to put this one a long way. No teams willing to take crazy risks. Bosco misses it. And Vertex puts it away. And that is an upset and a huge win for Fuel.
No.
As Vertex just reads the Bosco whiff. And just like that, Fuel are going to put themselves in an even better position on the season.
Oh, no. F in chat for Bosco. That is so uncharacteristic of one of the best players in Ontario. Oh, no. In overtime, nonetheless. That is brutal. And York go down in 4. A beautiful game from Fuel. They played incredibly well in that series. I think you can see why they're one of the top teams and why their season so far has been so high up on the list. They currently, after that win, they actually sit in first because St. Clair has not played yet. If the St. Clair game that they play later this week ends up going to 5, they actually, I believe, would be better than St. Clair in the standings due to the win percentage tiebreaker. So that is a very impressive feat, especially against York, a team that is supposed to be one of the top teams in Premier this season. Just an incredible game all around there, Griff. So many moments tonight. This has been one of the greatest days of commentary I've had in my entire life.
Can we do this again sometime? Can we do this again sometime?
Well, hopefully next week. I would love to do this again next week.
All the teams that are watching, schedule your games on the same day.
Yes, please.
Do it.
Thursday,
and then
Friday,
we can
preferably.
stream all your games.
Yes.
Yes.
Please.
Do it.
This was so much fun. Thank you for joining for the last couple of games, Griff.
Thank you for having me, sir.
Those last few games, I am so out of breath. This has been just a incredible night. Been going for almost 3 hours.
You've been going for a while. You've been going for a while here, bud. You need some water.
I've had a lot of water, and that's actually the problem. But this has been a wonderful day of Rocket League. Thank you all for tuning in. Whoever's popped in during the stream tonight, this has been a fantastic game. Lots of clips going to be coming out in the next week or two just from today. and I look forward to seeing some of the comments on those. Go check us out on Instagram and Twitter for those clips at Ontario Campus Carball, everywhere you can find us. So thank you all for tuning in tonight. This has been an absolute pleasure from start to finish. One of the best days of Rocket League I have ever seen in my last 4 years of doing commentary. Griff, so glad you could be here to join us for the last
Thank you for
couple
having
of
me
games.
again. Thank you to
Thank you
everyone
all
for coming
joining
out.
us.
And thank you to teams for playing good Rocket League today. To everyone who played Rocket League today. You played good Rocket League. Keep it up. It should be an interesting rest of the series, Cubics. Thank you for having me once again, and we will have to see you guys in the next one.
It's going to be a wonderful season, really showcasing what Ontario has to offer. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week for some more Rocket League action. Adios.